Hi there, it's Dr. Nicole. I want to talk with you today about how your child's physical health impacts brain health, brain function, and behavioral symptoms. Many of you have children who have been diagnosed or have symptoms of things like attention problems, impulsivity issues, anxiety, mood, behavior, autism spectrum disorder, all of those things that fall in the realm of what we would consider neurodevelopmental or mental health kinds of issues for kids. And parents are often surprised when they come in to see me in my clinic when I start to ask a lot of questions about what's going on with the child's physical symptoms, lifestyle, physical and medical history. So I ask about things like what's going on with the child's sleep and what are their bowel movements like, and do they have a history of different kinds of infections. And I ask a lot of questions about what they're eating and how they're eating. And parents kind of look at me and go, I'm here because my child's having, these tantrums that won't go away, or my child's been diagnosed with ADHD, or my kid is, having these learning issues or has autism or whatever it may be. Why are you asking about those things? And I explained to them that it's because we cannot truly understand what's going on for a child and what's happening in their brain and with their development and their behavior if we don't understand what's going on in their body. Those things are so integrally connected. The brain and the body are completely connected in so many ways. And unfortunately, in the field of medicine and in mental health, we act like the brain is cut off, like the mind and everything that's going on in mental health is from here up, and then physical health is from there down, and nothing could be further from the truth. But that's kind of how we act in the field of medicine and mental health. And the reality is that what's going on in a child's body has everything to do with what's going on in their brain. So for example, if a child is having chronic issues with constipation or irritable bowel syndrome or things like that, that has a tremendous impact on how their brain is functioning, how they're feeling, how they're behaving. So we need to be looking at those connections. We know that kids with a history of certain kinds of infectious issues, whether it's things like strep throat, chronic ear infections, Lyme disease, mono, all of those types of things can lead to significant neurological and neurodevelopmental and mental health kinds of symptoms. So we need to understand what's happening there. We know that nutrition is completely connected to what's going on in a child's brain, how they're developing, what their behavior is like. So we need to understand, what are they eating? What is the nutrient value of their diet? Are they getting what they need? What are the various nutrient levels for them that may be impacting what's going on from a mental health standpoint? Sleep is a critical piece of that. No child should get diagnosed with any kind of mental health condition without somebody asking about and looking at what's going on with their sleep. Sleep, getting enough good quality sleep, is critical for a child's development and for their brain function. So these are just some examples of the kinds of physical health things that tremendously impact brain function for kids. And if we're not asking about that, and we're not looking at those connections, and we're not treating the child from a whole body perspective, from a whole person perspective, looking at body and brain, then we are absolutely not doing everything that we can to, number one, understand what's going on for them and what the actual problems are, and number two, to help support their development and to help improve the symptoms that they are having. I have yet to have a child in almost 25 years of practice where they have been exhibiting some kind of what we would diagnose as a mental health issue or a neurodevelopmental kind of condition, and didn't have also at least one or more chronic or intermittent physical health kinds of issues. And we need to be looking at all of those pieces together. So I just think this is a critical thing for parents and professionals to understand, but especially if you're a parent watching this, I want you to know that there are practitioners who look at these issues. It's important to find providers who can ask the right questions, who can help you make the connections between what's going on with your child's physical health and their mental health and their brain function, and help you then get the treatments and the interventions and things that are going to get to the root of that. So the brain and body are integrally connected. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Share with me in the comments. What has your experience been around that? Is this an aha moment for you? Do you have a child with mental health or neurodevelopmental issues who also has physiological kinds of symptoms? Let me know what you're dealing with. Let me know what questions you have around this so that I can follow up with more information and resources.